Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So let's just dive in and let's start off with looking at Saucer Swap. So recently they actually just celebrated hitting over $20 million in TVL. Since then they did drop a little bit. It's down to about like $19.8 million. But still, this is one of the most exciting DeFi offerings on Hedera. They launched their decentralized exchange back in August, I want to say. So in a little bit of time, in just 4 months alone, they have skyrocketed to nice heights. And they have been providing a ton of DeFi offerings on Hedera. It's very exciting to see this as well. And if we go over to this next slide, they continue to build. So single-sided staking is now officially live. Anyone can now stake sauce here, and they do mention their website link. Powered by HBAR native staking, farm emissions, and a portion of swap fees from every pool on Saucer Swap. Zero risk of impermanent loss as well. Now, this got launched at about 6 p.m. on December 3rd, and we do see that in a very short amount of time, there was over 33% of circulating supply of sauce that has been staked in the Infinity Pool. This was at 7:51 on December 2nd before it got fully open to the public. Like I said, this is the public announcement. I could just imagine how much has already been staked. I mean, it's probably well up into the $5 million range. I might be wrong. I'd love to see that statistic. I couldn't see it over on their website. I tried to look into like the stats here, but I couldn't see anything. It's probably because I don't have my wallet assigned here. Or so, actually no, I could see the TVL. So the TVL is a little over 4 million. So I was right around the kind of same range as like almost 5 million or so. So that's pretty nice. I mean, 4 million is significant for something that recently just went live, which is crazy to me because, you know, this was December 2nd at 7:51 p.m. I'm currently recording this video a little bit ahead of time at about 10 a.m. So that's I mean, over 1 million was added since this tweet. That's crazy. So why am I focused on TVL? Why are we really kind of looking at TVL? Well, TVL is a huge statistic. In fact, I actually have CoinMarketCap over here. I'm going to real quick go back to the top 10 list. So the top 10 has always been a shrine of some of the leading tokens. And over time, yes, this has changed rapidly. You can go and look at the historical snapshot. Some of the tokens that are in the top 10 have stayed in the top 10 for a very long time, with, of course, Bitcoin leading the overall market. But one token I've always looked at when comparing HBAR to is Cardano, ADA. So ADA is one of those tokens that, you know, a lot of people are hyped up about it. A lot of people were getting shielded by massive influencers all the time, talking about, you know, ADA is the next major gem. It's going here, it's going there. And, you know, it did do a great run. It really did. I mean, ADA came out back in 2017 officially on the charts, and it was trading at about like 3 cents, 2 cents. And it ran up. It ran all the way to about $1.20 or so at the top of the 2017-2018 bull run. And then recently, during our bull run in 2021, we hit about $3.10. We actually have the price statistic down here. And this is one of those tokens that is very, very similar to HBAR in tokenomics. We do see that the max supply for HBAR is 50 billion. For ADA, it's about 45 billion. You do see the circulating supply is about 77%, almost 5 billion for ADA, and for HBAR, it's about 46% at about almost 23 billion. Now the problem here is that, guess what? We didn't come out in 2017, 2018. We came out after the bull run. So this thing was kind of just sitting idle for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, it spikes all the way up to about like 41 cents. It was trading at about 3 cents or so back here, and then we came down, tested those summer lows, and we pushed up to even greater heights, so about 51 cents. This is saying 57 cents on CMC, but it did underperform most of the market. In fact, I was very disappointed with the overall price move on HBAR, but that doesn't mean that, you know, HBAR is not going to perform well in the next cycle. In fact, I've always said $3 to $6 is my focus point. I'm going to be addressing why here in a second. So With this, TVL. TVL is a huge factor that plays a role in this. Why? Well, because the DeFi market itself is down astronomically. But I want you to also understand that DeFi is usually like a first mover market. During 2020 and 2021, DeFi summer of 2020 was really kind of leading the market into 2021's major bull run. A lot of the DeFi tokens like Chainlink, Avi, I don't think AVAX was a big mover during that time, but I know Uniswap was. A lot of these tokens did incredible runs during that time, and it's because DeFi is a huge value-driven market. It's a market that really thrives on value being transacted. And this is also helping some of these tokens also move significantly in value. Now, how does this correlate to HBAR? How does this correlate to Hedera? Well, we know that some of the top 10 tokens are hyper overvalued. In my opinion, I believe ADA is extremely overvalued. Why? Well, let's check out the TVL. So here's HBAR. HBAR is currently trading at about 5 cents, almost 5 cents. Its TVL is sitting at $90.84 million. It was recently trading at about $116.61 million before the for the FTX situation, which, by the way, caused a cascading move across all chains on TVL. So, a very large amount of TVL for HBAR, again, trading at 5 cents almost. ADA. ADA is sitting at about $76.46 million. And yes, that's with all of this checked out over here. Just to give you guys a quick comparison, yes, this is what I have selected over here on HBAR as well. Total value locked in HBARs is $1.9 billion. And here we have ADA. Again, you can kind of see the comparison here. It's about $238.31 million ADA. TVL, $76.46 million. This is not that much at all. Again, comparing it to what HBAR is doing, like the reason why I say this is not much is because when we look at the value here, ADA has a market cap of $11 billion, a fully diluted market cap of almost $4 billion. HBAR has a market cap of $1 billion almost, and about almost $4 billion fully diluted. I would argue off of TVL statistics alone, HBAR is the better token that is significantly more undervalued. And we've seen that ADA has been losing TVL since going all the way back to March. Just to give you guys a quick insight here, check out April, almost March, of this year on HBAR's statistics for TVL. It's been an upward trajectory. Now, this is not the only thing to focus on. There's also other factors here. Transactions per second and daily transactions. ADA, currently, I don't know their transactions per second. I was trying to find a transaction per second tracker, but I could not find that. But what we can see is the daily transactions. So on the 3rd, so yesterday, we seen about roughly 60, I'm just going to round it to 70,000 transactions for the entire day. This was roughly about 2,900 transactions per hour. Or if you wanted to do it, we'll say, per hour, it was about 48 transactions per hour. And if you wanted to break it down fully into, per minute, it's about 0.8 transactions per minute, which is not much at all, realistically speaking, when looking at tokens like, we'll say, HBAR. That at some point in time, when we were looking back recently on the testnet and the mainnet, there were some major transactions being made. And we actually have that on the, I think if we go back to the 1 month tab, we can actually see the transactional value here. Yeah. On the 9th of November, we did about 24.5 million transactions in one day, by the way. But if we look at the 1 week, we could see the typical transactions. There's about almost 500,000 transactions on the 27th, on the 28th, on the 29th, on the 30th, on the 1st, and even on the 2nd, we almost hit 1 million transactions, 600,000 transactions on the 3rd, and right now, as I am recording this video, like I said, at 10 a.m., we are already at 380.9 K transactions. And also, account creation. Account creation in the last 1 month. We'll go to the 1 month tab. We are seeing a large amount of account transaction or account creations. On the 1 year, we're up about 50.29%, and you can see this in comparison with everything in the past. I don't know if we can see account creation over here. I've never really looked too much into Cardano all that much for like accounts and stuff like that, so I don't have the best statistic tracker or anything like that. This is really all I have. But one thing that I know is the transaction volume here and TVL alone. When we look at both of these statistics, we know HBAR is significantly more undervalued than ADA. Now, as I mentioned, ADA did an incredible run during 2020 and 2021. But this is not the only statistics that I want to watch for. I also want to look at community growth, NFTs. So ADA continues to lose a lot more NFT volume as we look at these charts. One network that continues to gain is Hedera, $39,000 on the 24-hour NFT volume, which is up 72%. Now, I would argue that this is very good when you look at the other tokens here or the other ecosystems under Hedera, like Tezos, XRP Ledger, Algorand, VeChain, and Near. Like, these are some of the top tier projects in this space. In fact, the XRP Ledger, we know XRP has a market capitalization of about $19.5 billion. It's the number 7 token. Then you can look at some of the other ones as well. It's something special to watch HBAR continue to gain a lot more traction in the space, while it's under all of these other major competitors that are not doing nearly as much as Hedera. It's crazy. Now, again, going back to what ADA did, it did hit about $3.10 during the height of 2021, but at the current market capitalization of ADA, one HBAR would be worth about 45 cents. That's just right now, as things are sitting in this market. Isn't that kind of crazy? Now, also, if we look at some of the other statistics here, I mean, look at XRP. If we had the market cap of XRP right now, we would already hit a 16x at just the current market cap of XRP. You also have a few other tokens down here if you want to look at like Algorand as well. You guys can look at Algorand and kind of compare and contrast what it would be. So like Algorand would be only a 43% gain. It would be like about 7 cents because Algorand's not too high above HBAR. Same with like VeChain and Near. But again, these are the tokens that we are trailing behind at the current moment. Now, let's go to ADA and let's look at the $3.10 valuation. So about $108.6 billion. And yeah, here's HBAR. $4.36, almost a 100x opportunity. Again, this is why I say $3 to $6 is not unrealistic. It's really not. Now, do I think that HBAR is going to skyrocket to $100 billion in market cap overnight? No, it's going to take some time. But I will say $50 billion is my mark right now for a lot of project valuations. This is like my conservative range because I do think that there's going to be a lot of money that comes into this space in the next couple months ahead. Even $75 billion would be fair, which would put it right at about $3. Again, this is not too crazy when we look at tokens like, we'll say Shiba Inu or even Dogecoin that have hit massive heights. But again, the reason why I say all of this is possible is because of what we're already seeing from Hedera TVL-wise and statistic-wise. All of these statistics, a lot of people think that these are just like numbers on the screen, that they don't matter. But this is what we want to see. This is the type of growth that we actually want to see. All of this goes hand in hand with creating an ecosystem that is not only transacting major amounts of value, but also we are seeing the volume from the from the account creations. We're seeing a lot more use of the network. And this is very good, especially when you compare it to a lot of the top 10 tokens, and ADA being one of the, the biggest ones out there that was getting shilled to the masses. It's very interesting to compare these two, especially TVL wise. Like, TVL is one of the biggest statistics that we've looked at so far through this. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.